Hi, my name is Sydney, and today we are going to talk through the allocation module in TaxView. A commonly sought after feature in any sales and use tax solution is the ability to accrue use tax based on an allocation to multiple locations. Some common instances in which we see this functionality come into play are for purchases of software or marketing materials. The first step to setting up allocations in TaxView is to establish an allocation model. On my screen, we are seeing a basic allocation model for U.S. Marketing Headcount 2026. In the optional comment field, I can see that this model was created to reflect the location of all marketing team members for the 2026 calendar year. Diving deeper into this model, we can see that there are 3 locations that will be subject to the allocation calculation. We can also see the percentage of a purchase that each location will receive when this allocation is applied. Please note that there is no limit to the number of lines or locations that you can have on an allocation model. I am simply showcasing a 3-location model for demonstration purposes. Once we have our model created in TaxView, there are 2 different ways to apply it. One is with a manual application, and the other is a more automated process leveraging tax rules. Let's start by looking at the manual process. Now on my screen, you will see a 1-line invoice for the purchase of software. Looking at this invoice line, we can see right now this purchase is going to Georgia. I would like to break it up and send it to all 3 states on my marketing headcount model. To do that, I will right-click on the line and select Apply Allocation Model. Once my allocation assignment screen has popped up, I will check the Allocate box and select my desired model. Now that we can see that model is ready to be applied, I will take the final step and hit the Allocate button in the upper right-hand corner. Within seconds, this line has been altered to reflect that change. Now I can see all 3 states at play on this one line. Each of these lines will get its appropriate apportioned out line amount and tax calculation moving forward. You can also leverage tax rules to help apply allocations to routine transactions. To showcase this feature, we will jump to the allocation tank, where we really see automation start to take over. Here in the allocation tank, we can see all transactions were brought in by one tax rule for G&A software Adobe. That tax rule has an assigned default allocation model, which is our U.S. marketing headcount. Now that these transactions have been systematically located and brought to our attention on the allocation tank, we have 3 options of how to move forward. For one option, we can actually change our mind and use a different allocation model on any given transaction. We can also opt to not allocate the line at all. Your last option is to allocate based on the default setup. I'm going to select all below and use that option today. By hitting Save and Process, TaxView will go through and create those allocations again in just seconds. I have now jumped back over to a Data Lab window showcasing one of the invoices that we had just viewed on the allocation tank. We can see originally this invoice was going fully to Georgia. When I hit the refresh button, we see the impact of applying that allocation model, breaking apart that transaction to go to 3 different states. That was just a quick introduction to all the power TaxView holds in its allocation module. If you have any questions, please visit our website or send your inquiry to info@dtstax.com.